Imagine a pedal board that is so capable and versatile that it feels like the only limitation is your imagination. Imagine a board that is so complex that it deserves to be treated as learning a whole new instrument. But also a board that's so intuitive that playing with pedals became so much more fun that making this video about it got postponed 2 weeks simply because my mind ran wild. Well, here it is. To make this video 2 weeks ago, but in that process I discovered so many things and constantly improved how I was using the board. So this is the heart of everything, and without touching anything else, it allows me to let me do the following. So Dan finally built me a pedal board after what feels like talking for years about it. And he documented the whole thing on his channel. So if you're interested in the internals of this board and how it's made, definitely check out. It's the TPS, That Pedal Show episode. It's linked in the description. This video will be more about how I use the pedal board, the sounds, the choices I made, the pedals I'm using, etc, etc. So the heart of everything, this device, the G3, that is an advanced switching system. So each pedal is directly connected to it and it can select which loop the signal goes through. So if I only want to play with an overdrive, I can do that over here. So this is clean. If I want just one overdrive, now the signal is just running through that overdrive and not all the other overdrives. Also, there are 7 MIDI controllable pedals on there, and G3 lets me control any of those. Changing parameters and switching presets with just one press on the button. Also, I can move individual parameters with the expression pedal, which is just next level cool, right? And there are many benefits to that preset approach, ideal for bands if you play fixed sets or you just have like a handful of sounds you always like to use. But at this time I might prefer like the creative approach, and I programmed that in bank number 2. So we go to a different bank. Here you see my creative approach. So my pedal board for the last years has been mostly like an improvised bunch of pedals that inspired me at that moment. 4 out of 5 times I used the board as a creative studio tool. So on this song, for example, I used this very board. So this is actually a song we're releasing December 10th, and it features probably my best guitar solo ever. So the song is called Hopin, and you can pre-save it with the link in the description. Thank you so much. Anyway, the board situation wasn't ideal, right? Like all the loose pedals in the back, cables, always forgetting something. So, and this is the solution for that. So this is the main bank I like to play with right now. It's bank number 2. And the way it works right now is there are 2 pedals always on. The Blooper and the source audio reverb delay collider. It's now just a reverb, just for some mojo. I need reverb. And the Blooper pedal is a looper, a creative looper. It can do all sorts of cool stuff, but it's always listening, always ready. It's cool, right? So now I can perfectly add some reverb to this by just selecting this reverb pedal. So if I play again, add some gain. Awesome, right? So at the bottom row you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the lights are yellow because they are in Stompbox mode as well. So there are 5 overdrive pedals that I can turn on or off with a simple click of a switcher. This is clean. This is the Gladio. But I see you wondering, where is that pedal, Paul? Well, it's over here. The Cornerstone Gladio. The mildest, I put it to a very mild crunch. Cool, right? The next pedal, the Klon Centaur. I mean, yes. Is it worth the money? No, probably not, but I mean... It stacks beautifully, by the way. So that's the Klon. Preset 3 is the king of tone. Just a very lushy overdrive sound, and also I can add the second channel on there. For some more punch, or a lead boost, for example. All right. So 4 is the Mark II, the Chase Bliss Benson Preamp Mark II. It's on the top. A little bit more gritty sounding overdrive. And on preset 5, that's the fuzz. Sounds really good. It's my favorite fuzz. It's the Golden Fleece by Mythos pedals, and it stacks beautifully. For example, with the King of Tone, it gives you that lovely rounded. So that's the bottom department. It makes sense, right? And then you simply click it back. So the pedal board is a Schmidt array. It's pink, it's a lovely color, and I've been really happy with it. It feels super sturdy. It holds my pedals beautifully, and it's, for me, the perfect size for this board. I can still easily pick it up, carry it around, and it's no limitation whatsoever. But it is pretty heavy for a pedal board. And the great thing about the G3 system is that you can swap around the order of the pedals to whatever you want. So you don't have to touch the pedals, you can just internally swap around the chain. So the fuzz is in loop 4, but I actually love to have the fuzz in front of the chain, so I can put an overdrive pedal after it, so it rounds it off a little bit more. So you can see the order over here. 4, 3, 2, 5, 1, 10, 11, 6, whatever. So it goes through the pedals in the order I put it in and not the physical order on the board. Pretty mind-blowing, to be honest. So now we gotta talk about something else, because the one thing I hate the most is dialing in a lovely delay tone or whatever tone you love, and then you click on a button, the preset is gone. It moves to another thing and you didn't save it, of course. So that's why I love this creative approach instead of the preset approach a little bit more in terms of Creative Studio Tool, because it's always there how you put it, how you dial it in. Especially with this pedal, the Hologram electronic Microcosm. This is probably my most used pedal from the past year. I put it in loop 10, and over here I've got a preset that I can change the filter and the mix with my expression pedal. So for example, dial back some of the beautiful swells going on. But I can also control the filter. So if I want to jam over just this nice soundscape with an overdrive pedal, so the reason I have 2 delays and 2 reverbs is not only because they both have different pros and cons, but it also gives me so much looping flexibility. I can record a loop with delay into the looper or use delay on the loop itself in the same preset as well. So the Strymon Volante is it's just a great tape delay. Lovely. And the other delay is the source audio collider, which has a reverb and a delay. And for example, when I played the fuzzy slapback sound over here, there was the slapback from the collider. So, and the 2 reverbs are now the one on the collider, which is I usually use as a spring reverb, which is my everyday, always turn on spring reverb, and the other one is more an FX-based studio tool. It's the CXM 1978 by Chase Bliss Meris, and it's a lovely sound. Like it's very present. So now I'm almost forgetting about the Strymon Mobius, which is just my modulation pedal for tremolo, chorus, univibes, rotary effects. I just need them, but I'm not that picky. Chorus, tremolo. The rotary, the Leslie speaker. Slow and fast. So and then there's one more thing I want to talk about. This board gives me, it is a wet-dry setup. So on this preset, I've got quite some spacey ambient things going on. But let's say we're playing around with let's say we create a nice little loop. And I want to play some lead part over this. Well, usually it goes all overboard when you play distortion through something like this. So what I did, I created a parallel signal path, so the overdrive didn't go through all those delays and cascading sounds. It was just the clean signal that goes through there. So the signal is over here, it splits, one goes in the overdrive, the other one goes to all the effects, and then at the end they join again together to the reverb. So that way all the effects are still somewhat cleanish and controllable, and you still have the punch from, or the lead sound from that overdrive. But one thing I haven't tried yet, that's probably for another video, is we can also split the signal and have it run through separate outputs, so different amps. I mean, as you see, more than enough to still discover with this board. I want to thank Dan from That Pedal Show so much to work with me. It's been an honor for me, an absolute pleasure. And he really hit the nail on the head with this board. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the Presave link below in the description to the song Hopin. Here's some sexy B-roll footage with snippets from that song. Cheers!